So this year, I played a lot of video games. So let's talk about them. Hey guys, TheGboss here. Yes, I know, it's been a while. I know I said I was gonna cover the rest of The Last of Us Part 2, but don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys more information about that at the end of the video, so hang tight. So in this video, we're gonna review my year in gaming all the way from January to December. The way I did this was sort by date on Steam, PlayStation, and in my memory. Which is pretty trash, so I might be wrong in a few of these. The point I want to make with this video is just to talk about my journey in gaming this year. Give you guys my opinions, and at the same time, celebrate gaming. Because this was a good gaming year. And hopefully you guys will get a recommendation out of this. I played a lot of games this year, and I want to say that only like 15 to 20% were actually good ones. So those are mostly the ones I'm going to be talking about. So without any further ado, let's get to my birthday month.
The Game of the Year award goes to The Last of Us Part 2.
Fuck! Last of Us Part 2 winning Game of the Year made me shit and cum. I needed to prove to myself that there was a way better game that came out the same year that deserved the title of Game of the Year. And honestly, the strongest contender was... So remember how I said that in this video I was gonna go in order from January to December? Yeah, I fucking lied. I actually played this game twice this year. Once in January and another one in October. The first time I played this game in January, I actually didn't like it very much. I mean, yes, the combat was nice and the environments are all very, very beautiful. But stupid old me just wanted to finish this game so I could start comparing it to The Last of Us. And because of that, I was not able to enjoy the game the way I should have. Thank to the heavens, I was able to get a PS5 this year. And since the next gen update came out for this game, I thought about giving it a second try. And the second time I played it, holy shit, it was the greatest game ever. You're fucking slashing and hacking at enemies, climbing mountains and cliff sides, and the duels are challenging and rewarding. And I loved every single fucking aspect of this game. I had done every single secondary objective before I was even done with the story. And after that, I even bought the DLCs just so I could keep playing this game. This game was amazing, and it taught me that I should not play games to compare them to others, but instead to play games for the experiences they deliver, and then compare those experiences with the experiences from other games. And now, after completing Ghost of Tsushima twice, I can say with 100% confidence that this game deserved Game of the Year. Fuck you, The Last of Us. These games are fucking awesome. I have, like, what else can I say? Gravity Rush started as a PS Vita exclusive that was then ported to the PlayStation 4 with a sequel, no less. I played the first Gravity Rush when it came out, and as soon as I learned that a PlayStation 4 version had come out, I had to buy them so I could replay the first one and finish the second one. Everything from the gameplay, the world, the music, the characters, they're all so fucking interesting and awesome. I'm not big on anime, it's not something I watch every single day, but you know what I'm big on? This fucking woman, sheesh! This game just gives you a unique experience with a unique gameplay and a super interesting story split across both games. The best part is that after you finish the second game, you're not actually done. You're a fucking idiot. You actually thought that was the ending? You're so fucking stupid. Look at yourself. There is still another quest you can do that unlocks the true ending of this game. And let me tell you, it is so worth it to play it until the end. Throughout the whole game, I just had an amazing emotional adventure with all those characters. If you want to experience a very interesting gameplay mechanic and an interesting world and interesting characters, this is a game I recommend if you got a PlayStation. It is a must-buy. So February was a tough year for me. I was starting my last semester of college and had a very big project to develop, so I couldn't really find the time to get into a game that was too big because I needed to focus my time on getting my bachelor's. Psych, you fucking thought, bitch! I played Danganronpa. I fucking hate visual novels. I would go as far as to say they're not even considered real fucking games. Because they're not. You read, you collect buttons, you look at cute waifus. The fuck is that? I could just go on Anti-Haven and... Oh. But actually playing this game did change my mind on the whole visual novel thing. You and a group of 15 students are trapped inside a school by this crazy killer robot teddy bear and are forced to kill each other if you want to escape the school. I'm not making this shit up. As a concept, this does sound pretty fucking but believe me, it was worth every fucking penny. The strength of a visual novel is not in its minimal gameplay, but in its story. When you don't have to focus on how many things your players can do, or all the buttons you gotta press, or all the game mechanics you're gonna implement, you can focus on making an actual interesting story that will make the player want to keep playing, even though the gameplay could just be reading text boxes. So is that what I'm saying? That the gameplay are just text boxes?
No, that's wrong.
So turns out when a student kills another student in this game, they have to go to a class trial to find out who the killer is. If they don't find who the killer is, then the killer leaves, but the other students die. If you do find the culprit will die, but the survivors will have to keep playing the game until somebody wins. The class trial parts of the game are super fun, and as a player you get a sense of reward when you actually put all the clues together and you remember the order of the events and you actually find out who the killer is. It makes you feel like you got a fucking big brain, dude, a 200 IQ moment, dude. While you're not accusing people of being a sussy baka, there's plenty of other things you can do. You can explore the place you're trapped in, you can try and find a way out, you can uncover the mysteries of the school, but most importantly, you can get your waifu's panties. And I'm not even joking, that is an actually fucking mechanic in this game. At the time of recording this, I am still playing and streaming through the third game, and honestly, I cannot wait to see how it ends. I am loving the series from start to end. Except that spin-off game, that was weird.
Hey, fair warning, if you do want to get into this game, the community is actually pretty AIDS. They will call you homophobic, spoil you the game, and think the word trap is offensive.
We all played it, we know what this is about, we all love it. I cannot wait for the VR version to come out. If you got friends and like calling each other sus, liar, the N-word, this is the game for you. Big booty bitches, big mommy milkers, and big horny gamers make this game perfect. I played the first one, loved it. This one, not as good, but still gets the job done. Get it? Come.
This is my time. I'm seizing the moment cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light with the night's long. I shine on. See it coming, I don't need a sign. This the moment, I'ma make it mine. This is my time.
So like I previously mentioned, I was lucky enough to get myself a PS5. And I bought a bundle that brought an extra controller and Spider-Man Miles Morales. After the great game that was Spider-Man PS4, it was only natural that there would be a sequel. Sequel, spin-off, side story, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna call this, but goddamn it's so fucking good! So obviously, they couldn't make a reskin of Peter Parker, so Miles' moveset is completely different from what we were used to. Speaking of reskin, does anybody know why the fuck they changed Peter's design? Who asked for this? Who thought this was a good idea? Even though this game is shorter than the previous one, it still delivers a very enjoyable experience from start to finish. It really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Miles feels different from Peter, which makes this game feel fresh. And you can tell that, for example, by the way Miles swings, how he looks so carefree and like he's having fun. Not only that, but Miles also brings new superpowers. Yeah, that's right guys, spiders shoot electricity now. You got the Venom ability, which are these electrical spikes coming from Miles. And you also get Camouflage, which is great for the stealth sections and for getting enemies out of your exaggerated swagger of a black teen. The story is surprisingly good. We did not get the beginning of Peter Parker's journey in these games, but instead we got the beginning of Miles' story, and I'm fine with that. After the disappointment that was Marvel Avengers, I'm really glad I can trust the studio to make Marvel games from now on. So please Insomniac, don't fuck up Spider-Man 2 or that Wolverine game you're working on. So if you guys do not know, along with the PlayStation 5 came a deal where if you had a PS Plus subscription, you could access a bundle of the PlayStation's greatest hits, I think that's what they're calling them. And while exploring these hits, I found something I've always wanted to play, but never got the chance.
You never see it come back. You say that my mind is too fast for a ride.
The start of the game hits you with a fucking banger, and if you think that's it, bitch, you're wrong. This game is full of bangers. The mix of jazz with pop and the vocals by Lin Inaizumi make this game one of the best ones I have ever fucking played. After playing Persona 5 for an hour and learning that there was an enhanced version called Persona 5 Royal, I immediately bought it. Oh, but G-Boss, it's just an enhanced version, how much better can it get? Well, shut the fuck up and let me explain it to you. This version's got quality of life upgrades, it's got new characters, it's got an extra 20 hours of story. Fuck you. I'll be honest, I don't like JRPGs. They're just so fucking boring and they never make me stick around until the end, and the tutorials are like from 10 hours to 20 hours to 40 hours. You can still get tutorials 60 hours into the fucking game. That is so fucking stupid. But this game goes out of its way to be more than just a JRPG. With elements of a social simulator, where you can go hang out with your friends, go on dates, play baseball, fish, fuck your teacher dressed in a maid outfit. You really become the character you are playing as. All the things I mentioned up above, including fucking your teacher, help you somehow, for example by increasing your stats. There are 20 plus characters in this game and you can build a relationship with any of them. Each one is different in their own way, they have their own stories, their own goals, their own personalities, and after you finish their events, brother, you actually feel like you got a friend in real life. I have never seen a game that has the power to do that. Not only that, but obviously, since this is an anime game, you can romance the girls. But only the girls. Persona 5 was like, oh, miss me with that gay shit. Oh, you guys saw that gay shit? What? Dodged? Oh. You can date a gamer girl, the goth nurse, the popular girl, or your teacher. Did I mention you could fuck your teacher in this game? This amazing journey took me 120 hours. For my first playthrough, yep, that's right, I replayed this shit. Apparently, I did not get the true ending, and the true ending is only obtainable if you make some very specific choices while you're playing. I fucked up, I didn't do that, so I spent another 60 hours completely playing the game in New Game Plus and speedrunning that shit. So by the end, I had 180 fucking hours into that game, and that is something I haven't done since I was a kid. I know the playtime sounds intimidating, I'm aware, but I do not regret 1 minute I put into this game. Every single part of this game felt amazing. It never dragged out. I love the characters. I love exploring the world. It just made me feel immersed. I became the cool anime protagonist. I made all these friends, I went on all these adventures, and I fucked my teacher. I'll be honest, I'm not even gonna lie. The reason why I wanted to play this game in the first place is because I heard you could fuck your teacher, and I thought that was very funny.
But I'm a teacher, and you're my student.
Alright, enough talking about fucking your teacher and all that shit, and let's talk about fucking something better. The big mommy with the big mommy milkers. Hell to the fucking yeah! Resident Evil 8 is actually one of the greatest Resident Evil games I have ever played in my entire life. Mixing all the little tiny elements of my other favorite Resident Evil games and combining it into one. The exploration and backtracking of the first game, the inventory management of the fourth game, the claustrophobic first-person camera of the seventh game. And honestly, I gotta respect Capcom for their marketing. The trailers did a very good job at not showing a lot about this game. Until I actually played it, I thought Lady D was the main villain. Little did I know there were fucking 5 main antagonists. How fucking cool is that? My favorite level has to be the one from House Beneviento, where the game just becomes a love letter to the PT Silent Hill demo. It was so good, I really appreciated that. But man, fuck this baby. This fucking thing can suck a dick, go to hell, crawl up the pussy, and die. The only thing that really bothered me about this game was just the ending, the part where the cutscenes are going from first person to third person, but they still refuse to show Ethan's face. It's just so fucking like, what? Dude, just either keep the fucking cutscenes as first person as you've been doing the entire game, or finally reveal his face, because his face is not a secret anymore, it's online, so who gives two shits? Who knows, maybe we'll see it in RE9 on a picture or something. Valorant. Played it for a month, hated every single second of it. My placement games for competitive got 40 kills. You know where they fucking placed me? Bronze 2. Fuck you, Riot. Arcane's pretty good though. Can we talk about how 2013 was a great year for games? I'm serious. GTA 5, The Last of Us, Tomb Raider, Walking Dead Season 2, and of course... I think this was the year, at least for me, where I stopped playing video games and just thinking of them as playthings, something to pass the time doing, but instead thinking of video games as experiences, as something that makes you feel. This was the year where I started calling video games art. And this game helps me prove my point. I haven't played the first 2 games, but this game, BioShock Infinite, what a wild ride from beginning to end. Great performances by Troy Baker and Courtney Draper as our main characters that really help drive home that video games can be more than just games. It's very hard for me to find a game nowadays where the gameplay and the story are equally interesting and fun. This is one of those games. The gameplay is brutal and creative, you can mix and match guns with your superpowers, and the story, holy fuck the story. The ending had me mouth wide fucking open. If I was at a gay bar, people would be asking for my number. Or you know, you could ask for my number now. This game is a VR exclusive. It's still in early access, but damn is it fun to play. This is a VR parkour game that's a fucking big workout for anybody who plays it. Every action in this game requires some sort of physical movement from you in real life. For example, if you want to jump, you just don't press a button. You gotta press a button and swing your arms up to make sure you jump as high as you can. Because you're jumping, you're sliding, you're shooting bad guys, you're fucking your teacher. It's insane. This game is just awesome. If you got a VR headset and like $15, this game is in early access, but it's worth the money. Just buy it, dude. It's so good. What are you doing? Just buy the fucking game. The same way I don't like JRPGs, I don't like open world RPGs either. Usually they are way too long and overstay their welcome, but goddamn Witcher 3 is such a good fucking game. An incredible journey from start to finish, and I am so sad I was and did not play this game the right way. When I first played this game, I just wanted to get through the story, and that's so fucking dumb. God, I was so stupid. The real way to play The Witcher, in my opinion, is not to rush through the story, but to actually take your time and explore the world, meet the new characters, fuck your girlfriend, and then fuck your other girlfriend, and then you can also fuck your other girlfriend. You can't fuck your teacher in this game, but I'm pretty sure they thought about it. But bro, the fucking place where this game for me is its best, and it's the goddamn side quests. Oh my god, the side quests are so good. I did not do a lot of them, unfortunately, but every single side quest I did felt different from each other, which is amazing. It doesn't feel like a chore. It's so good. God, I'm such a fucking idiot. The story is also very well crafted, and the characters you meet along the way are very fun to talk to and to learn about if you get the chance. If it weren't for a friend of mine, I actually would have never played this game. So hey man, if you're watching this, My only problem with the game is just how stale the combat encounters felt. All I did was just spam Quen in the light attack button, and that got me through any encounter, including the bosses. The same friend who recommended this game to me told me that apparently maybe putting up the difficulty might actually solve that issue for me. So hey, maybe in 2022 when I give this game a second shot, I'll tell you guys about it, and maybe my friend's right, maybe he's a fucking idiot. Oh yeah, and the game is full of glitches, but what the fuck can you expect? It's CD Projekt Red we're talking about. I did not expect much from them anyways. September through November was a very complicated time for me. My great-grandfather had died right before I was able to finish college. And after that, I had to focus on trying to find a job to help support my family, which I thankfully did. I've told some of you about this on my Discord channel. You guys are very supportive and I appreciate it. Everything is fine now, so thank you. But even though these problems did give me minimal time to play video games, I could still sneak in some game time, starting with Undertale. I actually do not know what else to say about this game that hasn't been said yet. Maybe I can say, this game just revolutionized RPGs as we know them, right? I mean, making them more fun, more challenging, more interactive. But honestly, my favorite part of this game is the characters. They're all so fun and different from each other and just enjoyable. Every time I met a new character, I could not help myself from smiling. At the time of recording this, I have not finished the game yet. You can see me stream it on Twitch. But I did kill Toriel. Oh, why, you mad? You mad? What are you gonna do? Dislike the video? Fucking do it, pussy. There's no dislikes anymore. Fuck you. As someone who has yet to grow out of the zombie games phase, Saints and Sinners offers a breath of fresh air by actually putting the player in the zombie-infested world. That's so fucking cool, dude. I love everything about The Walking Dead. The show, the comics, the video games, and seeing this experience come to life is fucking insane. It's so gory and full of detail. Every time you kill a zombie in this game, you feel like you need to put hand sanitizer in real life. It's that fucking gross. The way the game uses physics is also very impressive. To stab an enemy in the head, you actually need to swing hard to penetrate the skull, and then you need to pull even harder to unstuck the knife from the brain. It's so well done. These guys are fucking awesome. The story is also very well crafted, with you being able to skip half of it by just killing one of the main characters at the beginning of the game. It's so good. The things you do in this game actually affect how the story and the game, oh my god, oh, it's so fucking good! I'm gonna give you guys an example. In the first level, there's this lady who needs your help killing her and that husband because she can't do it. There are two ways you can approach this. The first one being a good Samaritan. You can help her by going to her house, you can find her zombie husband, you can kill him, and then find out that the zombie husband actually killed their children, and it's a very sad story, and then you go back to her and you give her the wedding ring that the husband was carrying, and then the girl gives you her fucking key, and then you go back to her house and then unlock the safe, and boom, you got the loot. Or, you can just shoot it in the fucking face. Take the key, go to the safe. Games that give the players the chance to play the game how they want to play are my favorite type of game ever. For example, Breath of the Wild. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is a must-have if you have a VR headset. When they announced this game at E3, and we saw that horde chasing the player, I lost my fucking shit. This game did an incredible feat of being able to fit over 200 enemies on screen at the same time. How fucking awesome is that? The only problem is this game ran like ass, dude. The fucking dog water. My goddamn PS4 became a helicopter when playing this game. It was that fucking insane. I had a PS4 Pro and even I stuttered or crashed sometimes. Like the game was just not ready at launch. So when I heard that there was a next-gen patch for the PlayStation 5 that let me play the game in 60 FPS, bitch, it was like night and fucking day, dude. The game was just better than I remember it, and that's because the developers just worked on it as much as they could after launch. They wanted to make sure that the game was good. For example, this game actually used to be 60 gigabytes, but because Ben Studios' hard work and effort they put into this game is just now 37 gigabytes, which is much fucking better because it also runs better. I honestly just congratulate Ben Studios for this, because there are a lot of developers who release their games unfinished and let them stay unfinished for a while. So Ben Studios, congratulations, you're pretty cool. But enough about how the game runs and about the studio, G-Boss. Tell us about the game. Well, the game promises a lot, but doesn't deliver as much. What do I mean by this? The story is okay, the characters are okay, the shooting is okay, the open world is huge, but there's not really any incentive to the player to explore the world. You just go from mission to mission. The only two great things that this game actually offers the players are the driving, which you can tell was a lot of good work put into it. The driving feels amazing. It feels like actually riding a bike. And the second one are the hordes. The problem is the hordes are just so fucking late in the game, like maybe 85-90% through the game, and you can only fight 3 of them in the story. Now here's the thing, if the hordes were the thing you decided to showcase at E3, and that was honestly your primary selling point, why the fuck would you not make them a bigger part of the story? Why leave them to the end of the game? Why just... what the fuck? It's so... ah! But I will say though, when hordes do get unlocked, there's nothing better than taking on them. It's an unforgettable experience that I don't think any other video game can offer. You're planning your routes, you're setting your traps, you're making sure the horde follows you as intended, you're trying to get them stuck in places so you can pick them off. Bro, you cannot get this shit in any other game. It's so good. I really hope Days Gone or Ben Studios works on this a little more, because if they actually made a Days Gone 2 and they focus on making maybe the map a city, I can see taking down hordes being way more fun than it is in this game. So I hope they're going in the right direction. Not gonna lie, this was probably the best game I played all year. Haven was made by the same guys who made Fury, Furry, I honestly have no fucking clue. But I do love it. It's a good game. This game tells a story about 2 lovers who escape their planet to run away from their government. You can play as either Kay or you, or switch between them whenever the fuck you want. This game is about exploring the planet, discovering more about the story of these 2 characters and why they're here, and also making sure the couple survives whatever fate throws at them. But what really sold me in this game was how real the relationship between these 2 felt. The game has a co-op feature, so you can play it with your partner, and I promise you that if you play this with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you will find a lot of similarities between yourselves and the couple in the game. You can see them cook together, you can see them chat about their lives like normal, you can see them having sex, they argue, they love each other, and you can just tell that by playing the game. This game is just so good that I don't want to talk too much about it, because I think it just deserves its own video. It's that good, chat. Chat? You're not chat, you're YouTube. There's no chat on YouTube, sorry, the Twitch streamer in me just came out, hoo-hoo. If you have a significant other and you'd like to experience a game together, this is the game for you. If you don't have a significant other and you just want to play this game alone, like I did, you will be constantly reminded that you're single.
Gardeners of the Galaxy? What? No!
this game is surprisingly good. Pardon me, but the last time we got a Marvel game published by Square Enix, a lot of people wasted $60. Fucking losers. As someone who loves Guardians of the Galaxy and their dynamic, this game just delivers it so well. The whole time the characters are talking, they feel like they're real conversations that these Marvel characters would have. The fighting is amazing in this game too. I mean, I see a lot of people complaining about Peter Quill's blasters not doing as much damage as they should. But I think that's the point of the game, right? I mean, aren't the Guardians of the Galaxy supposed to be all about teamwork, right? Of course you can't just play the game as Peter, you gotta work with your team as well. Maybe an enemy needs staggering, so you use Drax to stagger him. Oh shit, maybe he doesn't fucking stay still. Groot, use your vines! Or maybe there's a shit ton of enemies, you just got 2 pistols, so you can't do anything about that. Rocket, use your fucking grenades, dude. Or maybe this enemy is just being a pain in the ass and it's this fucking close to being killed, so you just use Gamora's ability. I honestly really like that you don't get to play as the other Guardians, because the game just wouldn't have been the same if you were able to control all of them at the same time. It's much better to just play as the team leader and telling other people what to do. That's a Sigma mentality. The story is also quite nice. The game offers you choices that don't really affect the ending, but they do affect other levels through the game, and it can make them either much harder or much easier. And I really appreciate that. A lot of games that have choices, they end up not mattering, and this game actually found a fun way to make them impact how the game is played. Oh, not only that, but this game is full of licensed music, so I'm just gonna say that nothing beats fighting the last boss while listening to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Yes, that is a song in this game, you can rickroll yourself. Well, that was my year in gaming. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have your own list of video games you played this year, by all means, leave them in the comments. I love to read them. Dislike the video, I don't give 2 shits, doesn't count. Like the video, that I give a shit because that counts. Now, to be real with you guys, I have been missing uploading videos for a while, just like working on the creative ideas I have. So that is why in 2022, I will try and upload as many videos as I can with my limited time. I will try and bring you guys I Talk, You Listen, Last of Us Part 2. So, see you guys in 2022, and I hope you have a great year. And fuck your teachers.